Feather by Sabrina Carpenter is in danger right now, and we have to save it.
A priest has been stripped of his administrative duties following Sabrina Carpenter's music video for her song Feather.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Saj. This is my channel where I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Sabrina Carpenter and the whole church feather fiasco. Today is going to be a lighter conversation, so please keep on watching if you enjoy that. If not, I do have some heavier content. For example, my last video. So if that is something that you're interested in, please go check it out. And the reason I am going to be talking about Sabrina Carpenter today is because over the last few months, she has sparked some major criticism, backlash among the Christian community. So you may recognize Sabrina Carpenter as Maya Hart on Girl Meets World. That's the first time I have ever seen Sabrina Carpenter. And now she has becoming an uprising pop superstar in 2023, and I love to see it. Her music back then on Disney was also really good, but like her music now is like on a whole nother level. Like her music is great. Or if you have no idea what I'm talking about and this all sounds foreign to you, she also has a hit song right now called Nonsense. And at the end of every live show when she performs Nonsense, she does a completely different outro, and they're usually pretty raunchy and pretty out there, and you're just like, I can't believe she just said that, or I can't believe she just like keeps changing it, and it gets more creative as time goes on.
You say I'm a slut, well if the shoe fits, I don't have this number, baby, who this? I only pack my car in Massachusetts. You're super hot, but can you lick me? I said scream if you love New York City, that's what I said, scream! Does anybody have an extra pre-roll?
So on October 31st of 2023, Sabrina dropped her music video for the song Feather. So I actually went ahead and watched the full video before making this video. So a portion of this video does take place in an actual church in Brooklyn, where she's dancing around as a sexy widow surrounded by pink coffins. Now personally, I was raised Catholic. Like I've done all the steps, confirmation, first communion. Like I was raised very, very Catholic, and I feel like I can talk about this. I do want to mention that only a small 30-second portion of the music video took place in this church, but I feel like all headlines have been making it sound like the entire 3-minute and 30-second video were all in the church, and it wasn't. And where the music video took place was the Annunciation of Blessed Virgin Mary in Brooklyn. And like I said before, I actually did watch the music video, and it was a lot of storytelling. So right off the bat, the song talks about being in a relationship, and once you are finished with that relationship and move on to something new, like a weight has been lifted off your chest, hence feeling like a feather. There are several scenes in the music video where Sabrina is sexualized by random men, and they end up dying or killing each other in a really grisly and gruesome way. So at the end, she is at her metaphorical lover's funeral. That's why we see a pink hearse and pink coffins, and she's a sexy widow, because earlier on in the music video, we see all of these men who did her dirty or sexualized her. We see them all start dying off, and then later on, she's at their funeral. And personally, I do understand the whole moral of the story. I understand what she's trying to get at. But like for me, where I'm mad, I'm so mad. Nope, I'm assuming Sabrina Carpenter has a team. Nobody on her team was like, maybe this isn't the best idea. And of course, as the talent, Sabrina's going to take the brunt of any decision that her team makes. But you're telling me that nobody in her circle, no friends of the circle, nobody was like, maybe this isn't the best idea, maybe this will be a little bit controversial. Nobody, like, I feel like I just saw that from a mile away, like, yeah, no, that was definitely going to be called out. Catholic and Christian people were not going to like that. I just feel like it was a no-brainer. And I don't know if this is a tactic to cause a speculation around the music video or gain attention for it. Similar to Lil Nas X and the whole Call Me By Your Name music video where he was a devil for like the last, like, he was dancing on the devil for like the last 10 seconds of the music video, and people were like, there was a huge public outcry against Lil Nas X, which was so like absolutely ridiculous. But I don't know if they were trying to follow that lead on the whole like, it's a little religious, it's gonna get people talking. I mean, it definitely worked because now the video is sitting at 11 million views. But like, I would be like, we don't want this to like really impact her career, like to the point where like nobody wants to work with her because she's controversial. Like, I don't know, maybe like I'm a snowflake, but like I just feel like we should be staying away from controversial things because like I feel like in 2023 most things that people do are going to be considered wrong. So there's always going to be backlash no matter what you do. I guess maybe because I'm not like a confrontational person. I'm always like, I'm gonna stay away from that drama. I really hope that this controversy doesn't distract people from the song itself because it's actually a banger. Like, and I already feel like Sabrina Carpenter is one of those artists who do not get their flowers for the music that they come out with. And I just hope that this doesn't like hinder her in any type of way, especially what we're about to read next. So the day after the music video was released, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Brooklyn, the Catholic news agency, somebody who's raised Catholic, I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. They have their own news agency. Like, okay, all right. I guess Catholics have news too, you know? Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan is absolutely appalled at what took place at the Annunciation of Blessed Virgin Mary Church. He said, and I quote, "The parish did not follow the diocesan policy regarding the filming on church property, which includes a review of scenes and script," the statement said. And a few days after that statement was made, the diocese, I hate that word, stripped all administrative duties away from the original pastor of the Annunciation of Blessed Virgin Mary Church. A few days after that statement was made by the bishop, Monsieur Jamie Gintiello, I think that's how you say his name, he was stripped of all administrative duties of that church specifically. And after doing a little bit of digging, Mr. Gintiello, he has a lot going on. He has his own little cookbook, and he was on the news promoting it. So he is very, very well versed and familiar with how showbiz works, which is kind of ironic because he's a pastor. So you really don't expect that from a pastor. But you know what? So you just get your bread, get your bag, good for you. So after he was stripped of all duties, he made a Facebook post begging for forgiveness, and this is what the post read. "I offer my sincere apologies to the bishops, the diocese, my faithful parishioners, and all of you for the shameful representation, which I wholeheartedly renounce." Shameful, okay. "I ask that following the very example of Christ's forgiveness, you find it possible to forgive my oversight in this unfortunate matter." And he also mentions that he did give Sabrina and her team permission to film the music video, but he said that he was unaware of the exact contents of the music video, which also, like, if you're running like a space, wouldn't you like ask? Like, wouldn't you just be like, okay. He said that he agreed as an effort to further strengthen the bonds between young creative artists who make up a large part of this community. And he said that he had no idea that this provocative music video was taking place inside of his church. Which, don't get me wrong, I feel like anybody losing their job, I do feel bad for that person. Like, nobody deserves to lose their job unless they really deserve to lose their job. But, like, I do believe he knew what was going on. I think his apology was bullshit, to be quite frank. You're telling me that, okay, you already know how showbiz works. You had your little cookbook. You already been in the limelight. You know how some things work, right? They give you a name. I'm sure they told you, hey, this pop artist, Sabrina, she wants to film a music video in this church, right? You're telling me that you don't look her up? Because if you would have looked her up, you would have heard several different versions of the outro of nonsense, and you'd be like, maybe she's not like a church girl, or you could have just asked, or you could have like had somebody there on set when everything was happening. Like, you're telling me nobody was on set, so nobody could have seen the pink coffins and the RIP and all that bullshit around the church? I mean, like, there was just so many steps that could have been taken to prevent such immense backlash towards Sabrina and him losing his job. Like, I feel like this whole thing could have been absolutely avoided. And this man most likely will never work in a church again because the only thing that's attached to his name is this controversy in a damn cookbook. Like, okay, this is all speculation and with no evidence whatsoever, but I think he was probably given a large sum of money. I do believe that her team would pay to rent out a church, which happens like for like baby showers or any other huge event. A lot of people will rent out a church space, but I think it was probably a little bit more than you would normally get, and I do think money was involved with it. You ever heard of a cooking pastor who's selling his cookbook and going on press tours? Like, I just can't get over that in my mind, because I'm just like, my pastor never did that, and I have been with the same pastor since I was born. Like, when you are committed to the church, you are committed to the church in the Catholic religion. So it's like your whole life revolves around the church, not on other endeavors. So it's just very weird to me that he just does things for attention. I'm just like, you need to focus on the church. You need to, like, I don't know. That's just how I think about pastors in my head. I think it's very weird. But I think there was probably a little bit of money involved, because we have been seeing in recent years that other pastors in other places have been getting called out for the money not being used for the church. Because if you don't know, in Catholic churches, you have to make, you don't have to, but it is recommended that you make a donation at each mass. You put like a couple dollars in the basket and you call it a day. And then some people are like, where is the money going to? But if you want to see like a whole video on like churches in general and different pastors taking advantage financially, I would love to make a video like that. That would be so fun. So please leave a comment below. The diocese said that the bishop, which is Robert Brennan, he actually held a celebration after they threw out Mr. Jamie Gigantinello. I can't even say his name. And they said that through the offering of this mass, Bishop Brennan has restored the sanctity of this church and repaired the harm, because Sabrina Carpenter definitely harmed the church by doing a sexy little dance next to a passed out coffin. Her sexy widowedness definitely just sprinkled all of the devil's juice all over the fucking church. And all they had to do was have a celebration to get rid of everything that Sabrina did and sprinkle holy water. That's probably what they did. They probably sprinkled some holy water and called it a fucking day. Like, and it just makes me angry because you won't see that much public outcry when you see pastors doing way worse, like harming young children, stealing money from the actual church. Like, that is something that happens every day. But because what this pastor did was so public, he lost his job. He will probably never work in a church again. That's so mind-boggling to me, and that's so unfair. But let me know what you think down below. Do you think he deserved to lose his job? Or do you think he should just have like a slap on the wrist and call it a day? What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts below. But please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you care to keep my channel breathing. But that is the end of this video from me. I hope you are all having a lovely day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!